Right, so you're on record.
Right,
So,
thank you.
If you swear, I don't care. It's alright. I set it to 18 and over, so we're quite happy with that.
No, that's good. My kids won't hear it then.
Right. Do you know how I work?
Yeah, I think so.
I just give you what I get, and then we just go from there. We try and hope it fits, and if it doesn't, then we just cry. But we'll do our best, right? Do you understand a male in spirit?
Yeah.
Right. And was this male an Elvis Presley fan?
Yeah.
Right, because I swear to God, since I've connected to you, all I've had is In the Ghetto being sung to me.
Yeah.
And it's like, I love Elvis, don't get me wrong, and I like that song, but I'm thinking, please don't keep singing this. But that's what he's giving me. He's giving me Elvis Presley In the Ghetto.
Right.
Is this Dad?
Yeah.
Right, it's alright, as long as we know what we've got. Because Dad likes red.
Yeah.
Because he's giving me red. I feel like everything's going red in my room, and I'm like, no, I don't do red. And he's like, no, I like red. So he's giving me red. And I also need to tell you that some little one gave him a balloon and he caught it.
Oh my God.
He caught the balloon. Because
Yeah.
he's holding a red balloon.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Right.
He's got a red balloon. I have to give you the red balloon.
Right.
And now we've got Elvis Suspicious Minds is singing me. Was he an Elvis fan?
Yeah, he liked to, yeah.
But was he one of these ones where as soon as an Elvis song came on, he didn't care where he was, who he was with, or he could have been sat in the middle of court. If Elvis Presley was played, he would sing along.
Yeah, he'd sing it, yeah.
That's what he's doing.
Right.
That's what he's doing. You know what I mean? I'm going to quit soon. I am going to quit my job. I swear to God. God. Right. Shut up singing and come and tell me a story about her. He does this thing with his hands. He like rubs his hands like that. Because he's rubbing his hands. Yeah. It's as though he's building up to say something. He's like that. He's rubbing his hands. Now,
oh my God.
You've got that tattoo on your arm because I've just seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so your dad says, are you going to get one of him?
Yeah. I don't know where.
Because he says you're talking about it.
I got one for him.
There you go then, you've got it. He's talking about a tattoo for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's talking about it. Right, what else you giving me? When Dad passed over, the feeling I get is it was very quick.
Yeah.
1 minute he was here, next minute he wasn't here.
Yeah.
Now that may sound stupid because obviously when somebody dies, 1 minute they're here, next minute they're not, are they? You know what I mean? But I mean, with him it was like so out the blue. Wasn't expected. Yeah. Because it was a shock to him as well, you know. Because he's telling me that we was like, 1 minute he was here, he says, and then I was over there, and I was like, where am I? He thought he'd gone on a plane or something. He thought he was on holiday or something. It's like, where am I? What am I doing here? Right. Now, do you have a child in spirit?
No.
Right, because Dad's got a child with him.
Right.
So I don't know whose baby this is or whose baby it was. It was miscarriage or something. But there's a child with him.
Do you know how old the child is?
Bah, gum, missus. You're making me work, aren't you? My guess is, because I am rubbish at ages, my guess would be probably about 6 or 7. That height. But the child went over before your dad.
Yeah, I think it might have been my brother's, but I'm not too sure.
He's got a child with him. That's all I know.
Yeah.
He's got a child with him.
Right.
And God help this child. He's a character, isn't
Yeah.
he? He's a bloody character. Right. Right, if you come closer, I'll get you. He's like, he'll come close and say something, then he wanders off. No, come here. Gosh. Right, Dad, come on closer. Thank you. Now, I don't know Dad's name, but I know Dad had a nickname because he's making me aware he had a nickname.
Right.
And I know this is going to sound so strange what I'm going to say to you, but I feel like I'm a bee because I want to go buzz, buzz.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? You don't tell me what it is, but does that make sense?
Right. Yeah.
Because that's what he's given me. So I don't know if he dressed up as a bee and went buzzy buzzy. I don't know, love.
No.
But I just know
It rhymes with what it is.
it's like a buzz, but it's not a bee.
No.
It
rhymes. It's right.
I don't know. It's there. He's trying to tell me
Yeah.
it's there. It might come to me. I don't know, but that was his nickname, and that's how people knew him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's fine. It's absolutely fine. Right. You got a holiday booked?
No. Not yet.
Because I feel like there's been talk about a break.
Yeah.
Because he's telling me that you need to book this break.
Right.
Oh, God. Right. Apparently, if you go to Benidorm,
Yeah.
there's a brilliant Elvis Presley impersonator in Benidorm.
Oh my God.
Because he's got me, and I know it's Benidorm because he's given me the characters of Benidorm, so that's how I've associated it with Benidorm, the place, because I'm rubbish with
Right.
geography.
Yeah.
Right. And I feel like I'm stood near this pub thing, and there's the sea in front, but there's like loads of pubs and stuff. And I can hear Elvis, and I've turned round and there's a bloke dressed as Elvis singing him.
Oh.
So if you ever go to Benidorm
Yeah.
and you ever see this Elvis impersonator
Yeah.
in the head, boom. No, I don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what he's drawn me to. But he's making me aware that there's been talk of a breakaway.
Wow.
So I need to give you that. Right. What else you giving me? Is it you that has itchy fingers? Skin? Like your fingers itching?
No.
Because somebody has got itchy fingers. Because my skin on my fingers, it's like my hands are itchy and my fingers. I'm scratching them. So I don't know if it's dry skin or something, but he's making me aware of it. So I don't know. Just be aware I've said it.
Right. Okay.
I don't think it's anything bad like the plague. I feel
Right.
it's more of a dry skin condition that might need cream.
Right. Okay.
So why he's giving me that, I couldn't tell you, love. But I have to give it to you.
Right.
Right. On the day of his funeral, right, I feel, he's making me feel like there was a few of you, quite a few of you, but there wasn't a lot of you in there.
Yeah, there was loads of us, to be fair.
But there wasn't as many as what could have been. Did your dad pass over during the pandemic?
Just after. God, yeah, just after.
Because the reason I'm
Like when
saying
the
it,
restrictions.
yeah, the reason I'm saying it is because I feel like if it would have been like now or before, there was probably going to be a lot more people in that place than what there was.
Right,
But I do feel like afterwards there was more.
Right. Yeah,
And he's also given me a drink of alcohol, so I know that somebody or some people had a drink for him afterwards.
Yeah.
Right? Now, did somebody drop their drink by accident and wondered what they'd done? It just slipped out their hand.
I don't know.
Right. Luckily you've got the recording, so I want you to remember I've said this. Because he has gone round his own funeral and flicked on people's drinks underneath to see how many drinks he could knock out of people's hands.
Right, okay. I'll have to.
I think he's a bit of an arse, really, but that's what he did, and he thinks it's hilarious. But again, he's going back to the red balloon. He's holding the red balloon, and he says, "I've got it. Thank you, I've got it." So somebody gave him a red balloon. So I need. He's really adamant. I have to say this about the red balloon. It's not one of them big helium ones. It's just a normal red balloon.
Yeah, that's
red balloon. It's a red balloon. Because he's got the balloon. Right. You felt him.
Yeah.
You felt him.
Yeah.
Because he's telling me, he's like, I know she has. I know she has. And I'm like, right. And he's like, no, I know. You've told me, I know. But yeah, he's adamant you felt him. But he also touches your hair. He touches your head.
What?
So if you ever get that feeling on your head, you know, like, it's just your dad being around you.
Right.
He's making my head itch now, the twat, because he's doing it to me. But seriously, he does. He touches your hair and he touches your head, and it's his way of letting you know that he's about. Now, when Dad passed over, did he leave a car behind?
Yes.
Because he's drawn me to a car. Now, I didn't know if it was because it was his or if you needed a car or you got the car.
No, I didn't.
Because I feel you should have got that car.
Oh my God.
I feel he wanted you to have. He would have wanted you to have that car.
Oh my God.
So I don't know if you wanted the car and we said you weren't allowed it. I don't know.
No, it went to someone else. My brother got it.
But I feel he wanted you to have it.
Well.
So if you want to show your brother,
yeah.
just sign the documents over, all sorted. But yeah, he's drawn me to a car, and I didn't know if it was because you needed a car or were taking lessons, or if he'd left a car, but he was adamant it was for you. So he wanted you to have the car. Right. What are you giving me now? Now, we've already spoke of the colour red quite often in this reading because I think he's got an obsession with it, but I do feel as though he's giving me something to do with a red shirt. Like a shirt. I don't know if it's a football shirt. I don't know what it is, but I feel it's a red top, shirt, t-shirt, whatever you want to. I don't know. You lot say it down where you are, but that's what I feel, and I feel like he's drawn me to that. So I don't know if he was buried with it, cremated with it, or if somebody's got it now. I don't know, but he's drawn me to it, and he's acknowledging it. And was it you that put the little note in his coffin? right, because he had a note with him.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is or what it is, but it's like similar size to one of my, that's my hand, right?
Yeah.
So it's similar size to one of my cards. Could even be a photograph. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I can only.
I put I
right.
wrote on photos.
That's fine because I can only see the back of it, so it's like a white.
Yeah.
To me, it was like a note thing. Somebody had given him a note and he'd taken it over. But no, it'd be a photograph then. But he's holding a photograph. He's got it with.
That side as well. So it'd be right.
He said he's got it with him. So he's got the photograph with him.
Yeah. Oh, God.
And again, very randomly, I have to say that when he went to visit him when he'd passed over in his coffin, right, he says even he agrees that they could have used a different smelling candle or something.
I don't remember.
Because he said it was very musty. And it wasn't very good.
God's sake.
So he likes a whinge, doesn't he? He likes to have a moan.
Been a while since I've heard it.
Oh my God. How did you put up with this? My God. I'd have to have a lie down. I'm going for one after this. Bless him. I don't mind though. Do you know something? I would rather have an energy like him because he's so vibrant and such a lovely vibration about him. He's so lovable and he's got so much love, but he's a joker as well.
Yeah.
And he's actually similar to my sense of humour. I've got a very dry sense of humour and I can say something with a straight face and nobody knows if I'm serious or not. And I feel like he's the same.
Yeah.
Right. Because he's like now telling me on the humour side. Now, I don't know if this was you. I don't know if it was your brother when you were younger. I don't know who this is. But he sent somebody to go and get a long stand.
He did do that, yeah.
Because he's laughing his head off about this. Because you went and looked for a long stand and you just stood there for a long stand.
Yeah, I don't know who. I remember the story, I just can't remember who it was.
Yeah, well, somebody did. Somebody went because he's telling me about the story about the long stand. Now, did your dad go on roller coasters?
No.
Because he did.
No, I don't think so.
He did after he died, didn't he?
What do you mean?
You went to a theme park.
Have I been to one? Oh God, I can't think. No, I don't think I have.
I've got him in spirit at a theme park with you and somebody from your family.
No, I don't think I've not been to one while he's been passed.
You haven't? Right,
No.
well, this is what he's giving me. So, again, it could be another member of your family, but I feel like he's been to a theme park with you.
Right, okay. Trying to think.
Right. Give me that again. Right, it's taken me back. When you were young, you went somewhere, and I don't know if it was a caravan holiday, I don't know what it was. But while you were there was like a little theme park. And there was a little ride that was like a gold mine train. And it went round a little track. And he said, I even shit myself on that.
Oh.
Right?
I'll have to find out, yeah.
And now he's taken me to the big theme park while he's in spirit with you lot. So if you haven't been since he's passed over, that will be, if you do go, Dad, spirit will be with you. But he
Yeah,
won't.
that's nice.
Even in death, he wouldn't go on the roller coaster.
Right, okay.
He'll stand and wave, I think, but I don't think he'd actually go on. So yeah, because when I get theme parks, sometimes I try and work out what theme parks are what, but the main one that I get is Flamingo Land, because
Yeah, or is it a fair or anything like that?
could be a fair, because
Yeah.
it's a ride. But when I get something
Right.
like that, normally it's Flamingo Land, because I'm from that area. I'm from like that Moulton area,
Yeah.
and I used to work there many
Oh,
years
wow.
ago. So when I get it in my head, it could be a fair, it could be, I don't know, but it's a ride. There's like rides and stuff. So to me, it's a theme park.
Right.
But I also know as well that, you know, he wouldn't have gone on, because I feel like he
No.
wouldn't. When I said, would he go on roller coasters, I asked you, and then he sort of like answered before you did. He was like, no, no.
No.
Right. Right. Oh, here comes the arsehole cat. No.
Asshole cat.
Have you seen him on my lives?
No.
Oh, Jesus Christ, he won't leave me alone. He sits there looking in camera like that as though he owns it. Honestly, the looks that this cat gives me, it's like I walked in his house Christmas Day and pissed on his presents. Honest to God. You don't like me, do you? Twat. Right. Let me see what else he's given me. No, he didn't like cats either, you see. That's why you're going, innit? Sit there then with your ass to me. I ain't bothered. Oh, he said, honestly. Aren't you, Jinx? You're a pain in the ass. Right. Your dad's drawn me to another male on the spirit, on the earth plane. Now, I don't know who this male is, but I feel it's more of a friend to him than a family member. I feel like he had like a best friend.
Right.
A very close male friend.
Right.
And I feel like this male has got a lot going on in his life at the minute, and he's struggling a bit.
Right.
I don't know who it could be, a relative. I don't know, but I feel it's like a friendship type of thing.
Right.
And
Okay.
he's making me aware of this, and it's like, if you ever bump into him, just make sure that he's all right.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
So I need to give you that because he's given it to me. So
Yeah.
I need to give you that. Jinx, get off. I swear to God, right? I'm just going to slowly turn it so you can see exactly my view.
Oh my God.
What do you want? Jesus. He sits there, when I do lives he does this, and he sits there glaring.
Yeah.
He does, don't you?
Spiritual cat.
All of them at lives always, every time I log on now, they always go, where's Jinx? I'm like, out killing mice, I hope. You won't even do that, he's too much of a shitty ass. He brings them in house and then expects me to catch them for him.
Oh my God, I couldn't go with that.
Oh, he does, honestly, he's a shit, aren't you? Now, he loves my husband, absolutely loves him. He adores Wayne, absolutely. If I sit next to Wayne, he sits and goes, at me. Don't you?
I wonder why.
Just don't like me. Don't give a shit, really. Right, I'm now going to get your dad to choose 3 cards for you. Don't you even think about it. No. I've had it on lives before with the cat where he actually sits and answers me. And he actually meows and answers me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that terrified me.
If you say to him, what you doing? He goes, meow. And I'm like, you're going to go out? He's going, meow. And he proper really does answer you. And you're like, that, what? But he picks up spirit. He picks up spirit as well.
Wow, so that maybe could be why.
He-
Because obviously,
yeah.
that's maybe why he comes around.
He picks them up. So there's times when we've had spirit children through and he goes, because kids annoy him. He doesn't like kids. It's like if my niece, nephew and my grandson come, Jinx will go upstairs. He might show his face for 2 minutes, but then he goes upstairs. He will not hang about with kids. He doesn't like kids. So if I get spirit children, he's like hissing at them and he runs because he can't cope with them.
Oh, wow.
If I get dogs round my feet, he sits and hisses.
Wow, that's good.
Certain people he's fine with, but certain spirit, if I get like a bad vibe, he knows. Because he hisses at them and stuff. He does. So, what I'm going to do is, the cards I'm going to read you, I'll send you these in the order that I've read them through your inbox. And after this reading, I'll do it. But what I'll do is, I'm going to charge my phone up first. Yeah. Then I can upload to YouTube as well, because my battery won't last to do it all at once, okay?
Right, yeah.
Your first card, Angel of Adventure.
Right.
I do feel something's coming up for you, something different. I feel like you're going to do something different. Now, when I mean different, I don't mean you're going to jump out of an aeroplane with no parachute, right?
I don't know.
I need to stop me, don't I? I really do. I need to stop. This is why.
Like change of hair or something, not jumping out.
Yeah. I think this is why people will have me as a medium, you know, because I'm not professional enough. I don't speak properly, and I'm not professional enough.
You haven't got your globe ball in front of you.
Yeah, septic peg.
Septic peg.
Yeah. But yeah, I do feel there's something coming for you, something different. I feel it's something that you wouldn't normally do off your own back. It's not something that would frighten you, but it's something off your own back you wouldn't normally do. Like, for example, I'm not saying it's this, but for example, one of my friends recently has gone on a cocktail making day. Now, to me, that doesn't appeal to me at all, and it wouldn't have appealed to her. But she's gone with a friend who it did, and she came out and she really enjoyed herself. She was a lovely day. So that's what I mean. I feel like you're going to do something different, but something that's for you, rather than that involves other people. So you're going to be the person who has the idea as well. I feel like it's going to be your push. I also feel like, I do feel there's a breakaway coming. Sorry for yawn, he's using my energy. He does. When he uses my energy, I yawn like a trooper. But I feel like it's more of a case of a different adventure in life. So possibly you're going to open a new door in job-wise, or you're going to reunite with an old friend or something, and it's going to set you on a new path. But I do feel there's definitely some kind of adventure in that way coming as well. Your second card, which is very strange, because earlier on I did a reading and this was their second card as well, which is very weird. Angel of Remembrance. He's got you this card because he knows that you still all talk about him and you remember him.
Yeah.
But he also wants to tell you that he'll never forget you a lot either, and he's always around. But he's happy that you talk about him in a positive way. Yeah. Because, alright, flower. Because I feel like there are people still who grieve for him, which grief's a horrible thing, and we do, and we grieve for many, many years, we can do. But you lot, he's proud of how you've handled it, and he's proud of how you've moved on with your lives, and the fact that you've never, ever forgotten, but you've never let his death overpower your futures. Does that make sense? Yeah. And he's really, really happy about that. And your last card is Angel of Success. Now, I don't think you're gonna. I'm not giving you this card because I don't think you're gonna be. I was gonna say you're not gonna be the next Elon Musk, love, but I do feel like you are gonna become successful within yourself. But I also feel like there's a job role coming up which you're gonna succeed in. You're gonna be really successful in it. I feel like at the minute there's something or somebody holding you back as well. Now I don't know what it is, but that's how I feel. It could be yourself, it could be somebody else, I don't know, but there's something holding you back. But I feel like you need to turn around and give them the royal salute, right? And move forward and become successful, because if you can break that, cut them strings and walk forward, that is a success in itself. And every step forward after that it's just more successful for you for your future.
Yeah,
So,
I know what you're saying, yeah.
did that make sense?
Yeah, it's myself.
You hold yourself back.
Yeah, all the time, yeah.
Hold yourself back. Right, I'm going to stop this recording.